Hey guys, welcome to another ServerMiner plugin tutorial. I'm your host LGJim007 and today we're looking at the Mob Coins plugin. So this is a really handy plugin which allows your players to be rewarded for taking on mobs, and depending on what mob you kill you'll get a different amount of mob coins. As you can see with these cows, it is a range, so it's different every time and you can specify that range and the percentage chance. If we take on these sheep we get nothing because that is not defined in the config. And then if we have a look at these spiders, we get 1.64, 1.18, and much more for a creeper. So that is how it works when you kill a mob, and then there is a fancy GUI where you can use those mob coins to buy stuff. So let's just jump into it. If we do /mob coins, that's going to show our balance of 68.83. If we do mob coins help, that's going to show us all of the commands. And then we can go ahead and do mob coins set followed by my username and then 50 for example to set my balance. We can do the shop command to jump into the shop. At the bottom you can see your balance, and then there are only 4 items in the shop and we can afford 1 golden apple, so we can purchase that. And you can also buy ranks if you want, or a rare key. So if we do /mob coins top, that will show a leaderboard and how many coins everyone has currently. Then we can do /mob coins pay someone's username and then 20 for example. You can send it to someone else, obviously not yourself. And then we can do /mob coins reload if we've changed anything in the config file. So that is how it works in game. Let's head over to the config and see what we can do over there. So here we are in the plugins folder, and if we jump into the Deluxe Mob Coins folder, there's a few different files. So up at the top we have the config, and if we open that up, we can see we've got a database up here that we can set up, the general settings so you can enable it as well as mob drops. You can disable it in certain worlds. Do you want to have a rotating market? Yes or no, and that will allow you to rotate the items in the shop every X amount of time. So you can see here 3,600 would be 1 hour. And then death penalty, do you want to lose some mob coins on death and a percentage, so 10%. And then scroll down, do we want it to be direct, so go straight into the balance, or it should be an item, which would be a sunflower. And then this will be the name and the lore of it. Here in the language.yml, this is just everything that's going to pop up in chat, so don't really need to edit this at all. Next we have the mobs.yml. So as you can see, I added the cow here and you can see it's enabled. There's a min max amount of coins you'll get and a chance. So you don't necessarily always have to get coins, you can reduce this chance and then change the range of coins you'll get. If you want to add more mobs, you can just go to this link and you could simply just copy and paste one of these, change it to a different mob such as a pig, and then you can change these to whatever values you want. Now it's a 50% chance to get 1 and 3 for a pig. And then finally here we are in the shops.yml, so you can see we've got the shop title, the size of the shop, stock reset yes or no every 24 hours, purchase sound, and then if we scroll down a bit we've got the items, so the item type, material, the lore of it, slot, price, and the amount you can buy, and then obviously the command in order to get it. And then you can even give ranks as well as items. Here we are on the spigot page, you can see it's updated from 1.20 to 1.21, and if we scroll down, make sure you have placeholder API, and then there's loads of good information about it, and then here are all the different commands. So if you want to download it, head over to the spigot page. But if you need a server to host it on, check out serverminer.com for the best and cheapest hosting around. That's it for me. Subscribe, like, comment, and I'll see you next time.